Gotta find beauty in the flow. The more you know, the more you glow. Take it everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Really powered, intentional, doing so care. Elevate, share, get it all right here.
Hey, welcome back to the Learning Estheticians Podcast, for education meets elevation in aesthetics. We come here to grow, glow, and learn and get real. I'm your host, Rated Lex, the Skin Chick, or Naomi Alexis, Lex, Big Mama, however you may know me. This is a space where we're going to break down skin, success, and soul care. And on today's episode is a special one, not just because of who our guest is, but the way we're entering into a new era. Yes, you heard me completely right. We're entering into a whole new era of the show. This is now the Learning Estheticians Podcast 2.0. And if you've been listening since the beginning, you know this podcast has always been about learning out loud and in public, building community, and letting our journeys be the blueprint. And speaking of community, I have someone very special joining me officially today who really needs no introduction because she's really thebomb.com. But I'm going to give her one anyway. From slaying skin, from gym dropping, and being in articles and doing content and helping the girlies grow and glow. This is my good girlfriend, Jess. She's not only our guest today, but she is our new co-host, and I'm just so excited to bring this new dynamic to the podcast. It gives me somebody to have more authentic conversations with. It helps us expand our learning and actually doubling it up. So not only will we be learning together, me, you, her, and some other friends will be learning all together for the remainder of the show. So I'm just so excited just to shut up real quick, and I'm going to just be quiet. And everybody, let's get some snaps for Jess and welcome her to the Learning Esthetician Podcast. Welcome to the Magic School Bus, okay? I normally like to say
I know, that's great. I like that. Hey guys, my name is Jessica and I'm a licensed esthetician. I've been an esthetician for about 4 years now. I'm just so excited to be here and to be able to give my point of view on things. I'm so open to not only learning and growing, but just tapping in with my other SD girls and just really building community like Lex said. So I'm really excited to be here, guys.
I'm super excited. So we're going to get into it and just start off with it. Because what I'm excited about too is that we have like a lot of different interviews that we have planned for you guys, that we want to bring different people on our radar. We have different segments that we get to introduce, and it's just going to be so much more fun. Like, I just think we're going to have
For sure.
learning, growing time.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Your spirit.
And what's so funny is I actually had this podcast on my list of podcasts that I listen to while I'm doing services. And it really, at first, it didn't even click to me that it was you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, but I've been a fan, so I'm glad to be here.
Yes, thank you. So I'm feeling good today. It was a chill day for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was an admin day, so it was payroll, checking numbers, all the stuff that, like, you know, gives you a little bit of a headache sometimes. Getting stuff.
Yes, I completely understand. Tuesday was an admin day for me also, but I did squeeze one client in. But you really do have to set that time aside to get those admin responsibilities taken care of, or it will go crazy. But we'll get deeper into that.
Yeah, that was just pretty much my day. And then, of course, you know, I got to go have dinner with the parental. So I always like being able to spend time with my parents when they're not getting on my nerves, you know, because parents got a special way of getting on your nerves.
Mm-hmm. Well, I love your mom. She can do no wrong to me. It's always a good time whenever she's around.
So we have a few questions here just so that the listening audience can get to know you as well as I do. So let's start at the root of, who are you outside of your business?
Well, outside of the business, I am a mom first. I have 3 amazing daughters. My daughters are 18, 15, and 11. So everybody is at really pivotal points. But first, I'm a mom, and that's like the main thing that I do. And then other than that, I am I just turned 35 years old. I'm a Cancer, just like you, my Cancer sister. So I'm, yeah, like I'm at a bridge in my life. So I'm just a woman trying to figure it out. Honestly, that's outside of being an esthetician. That's really where I'm at right now. Just a woman trying to make it from day to day and figure out this crazy thing called life.
I know you mentioned like you're the woman that you are today. Who do you think helped like I don't know, like what has made you like help craft and like maybe somebody that poured into you to help you get
hmm
to here?
For me, it's definitely my mom. Like, my mom is my biggest supporter, my biggest everything. My mom, she's an accountant. So just seeing her get up every day, she was just always such a go-getter. And I'm like, oh, I want to be a businesswoman. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's where I got my drive from. And so many times, anytime I get into a jam, honestly, I'm always thinking, what will my mom do in this situation? And that right there, like the answer is never give up because she never has. So that is 100% where I get my drive from. And like I said, she's my number one supporter.
Yeah, shout out to the moms out there because
Yes,
I
100%.
always tell people my mom is the realest dog on my team.
Yes, yes.
What version do you feel like is showing up for you this season? Like if you had to name this season or give it like a movie title or a book title, what would it be
Mm,
title right now for you?
that is such a good question. And I've thought about this long and hard. And if I had to name this season right now, it would be The Bridge. Like it's an intense movie. It's deep because like I said, I'm really at a transition point in my life right now from what I used to do. Cause before this, I worked for 12 years doing medical billing and coding before I quit my job in the heat of the pandemic to go to school to be an esthetician. So this is, even though I'm 3 years in where I'm at right now, this is all still very new to me. And I'm almost feel like I got caught up in a beauty tornado and like I'm like just kind of got spat out and I'm kind of like settling down because I'm so used to being in corporate. So it's definitely a bridge. Like just with being 35, even as far as health and wellness and everything, I feel like now at 35, the things that I would accept at 25, like it's no longer acceptable. Like changes have to be made. Separations from people, places, and things have to be made. So I'm on a bridge right now. I'm leaving the past behind and I'm moving toward my future. The bridge. Yes.
Because there's really, I don't know, I really, in my mind too, because like I just turned 34. So our birthdays are literally weeks apart.
Yes.
So turning 34, I was like for me, there was just a big shift. And I'm like, it just felt like something was really like I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
Mm-hmm.
just clicked and I can totally, because I feel like my shift was when I was talking to myself and Jesus, because sometimes you need expert opinions. But
Mm-hmm.
thinking like this feels like my year of shift, and like next year will be like my year of like going through, like going over. And I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why bridge didn't come in mind, because why else was going over?
Yeah.
Like, new would be like my thought process. So I love to hear that because that's what I want it to be.
And I think once you get in your mid 30s, like there's just something that clicks inside you where it's like, wait a second, like it's time to get it together. Like, so that by the time that we are in our 40s, we can really live it up and have a good time. That's my goal, is that by the time I'm in my 40s to be just financially free and be able to still serve in a way I want to serve, but also just relax the way that I want to relax too. So.
Well, you also mentioned that you were in coding for what, 12, billing and coding for 12 years before this was what you were saying. So what actually
Yes.
like quitting and switching up a career in the middle of the panty? That was so kudos to you, Snaps, because that was
Thank you so much. It was hard. I cried, girl. Like, it was one of the toughest things that I've ever done, honestly, because like I said, my mom has always been a corporate girly. So whenever I became a corporate girly, I felt like my mom was really proud of me. So to be like, this just isn't it. It was the heat of the pandemic. I was working in the NICU and pediatric department. My boss was not a nice lady. Like, there was something about me and her did not click, and she was not nice to me. Like, and it just really it put a fire under me. But now I'm so thankful. Like, I always think about going back to the hospital and being like, thank you for being a because you pushed me to reach my goals. Like, you know what I mean? But it was just such a tough time with it being COVID, dealing with a boss who I felt like didn't like me, wasn't training me properly, like just the stress of it all. It really pushed me to be like, no, like this, I can't wake up in the morning and cry before I go to work or be stressed out. And like, it just was not good at all. So I knew that I had to make a change. And that's what I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I've always loved everything beauty and girly. And I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it. So I did.
So, like, did you quit that day and walk out and go straight to sign up for aesthetic school? Was it like, I'm a quit?
Well, I mean, no, I took other steps. I tried initially to go to beauty school part-time and then still work. I brought the information to my boss, like, you know what I mean? And she literally told me, like, oh, well, whenever I wanted to go to college, I wasn't able to work and go to school. Like, I felt like she had something against me. You know what I mean? So, yeah, and it
Tell me now.
I don't know what I don't know what this lady had against me. Even after I had brought her all of that information and everything, and she knew what I was trying to go to school for. Whenever I did decide that the only way to go was to just quit and to go to school full time, whenever I told her, she said, "Oh, good luck on your little hair thing," and I
Oh,
was like,
ooh, you got to go back and give her a business plan.
I think about it all the time, and it's so crazy because I'm literally at the salon. I'm in walking distance of the hospital that I used to work at. Like, literally, I drive past it some days, and I just look, and I'm like, wow, like I've come so far. But yeah, once she let me know that being able to work and going to school was not going to be a thing, I'm like, okay, I have to shift and figure something else out. I actually cashed out my 401k, and thankfully, with the support of my mom and the support of my partner, like nothing lacked at all. Like, it was actually on my birthday, my mom took me out to eat, and I told her, like, oh, well, by the way, and actually, I have a video of this. It's posted on my Instagram, like, of me telling my mom, like, oh, I quit my job and I'm going back to school. And her face literally drops, like, girl. Because, you know, in our community, it's frowned upon to just quit your job without having another job lined up. So it's kind of like, what are you doing? But I told her my plan. Like I said, I cashed out my 401k. I had a couple dollars. I had my partner there supporting me to help me with the kids and everything. And then my mom is my biggest supporter. She actually helped me pay for school. So with that support system, I was able to make it.
That's beautiful. I really
Hmm
down and give that lady a card. Like, you got to go give her a little card, a little sample kit, and be like, bad away.
Yes, and she was like an amateur makeup artist. I snooped on her Facebook page because I just couldn't help myself, and she was like doing all of these, just looking horrible. Like,
Probably why
one day I'm
upset. That's how
yeah.
she was really upset. Because that sounds
hmm
like somebody needing to dim your light because, they can't shine too bright.
Yeah, I definitely feel like that's a bit of what it was, but it pushed me to be better. So it was all for a reason.
So when you went to school, did you know what you want to come out and do? Like, did you know you want to come out and do lashes and all these fun things, or?
Yes. Actually, whenever I went to school, I only wanted to do lashes. Like, I love lashes, and that's like really what I wanted to go to school for. I knew you had to have a license. Whenever I went, everybody thought that I was going for makeup because my makeup was just so pretty. But I was like, no, guys, I'm here for lashes. And that was and it's so crazy because that's the one thing in our school that they don't go in
They
depth
do.
with. So I kind of was feeling slighted at first because I'm like, this is what I came here for, like, and there isn't any type of focus on what I want to do. So that's whenever I started looking outside of the school and just like honestly learning myself. So that was that. I ended up getting into waxing whenever I started working at Anastasia's Crown at the salon that I'm currently manager at. But yeah, so the way that they taught us in school, I knew for a fact that I was not going to wax and that waxing wasn't for me. Like I feel like the way that they taught us waxing in school was barbaric to a certain extent. It was very, very quick and just, it wasn't it. But real quick, let me ask you, what beauty school did you graduate from?
North Hills.
You went to, okay, I went to South Hills. Like, okay.
Why I picked North Hills was because they have a parking lot and South Hills did not.
Very true. And I fought for that parking spot every day, or I had to go park over at the auto zone and hope I did not get towed. So, yes.
Park, and I've already had enough tickets from parking downtown to go to class. So I was like, yeah, we can't do that.
That is very smart, very smart. But yeah, it wasn't until I got to Anastasia's Crown and Yvette showed me like a different way to wax that I thought, okay, maybe that's something I could do. And then that's how I really got into like my two main services.
So what before we go any further, talk about a little bit more where you are, because I know we casually mentioned it, but I don't feel like we actually gave like its little spotlight where you are.
Yes. Okay. I get to practice aesthetics at a salon called Anastasia's Crown, which is located here in Pittsburgh in Shadyside, and it is a amazing boutique spa. It's a smaller little spa. It gives you a more of a boutique type of vibe. And it is a business that has been going for 9 years now. And it was started by a woman who is very, very near and dear to my heart, my aesthetics mentor, Yvette Royale. And she started the business as a namesake for her niece who passed away. She only lived for a short period of time. And her name is Anastasia. So the business was started as a namesake to her niece, and it's just an amazing space where we transform women's mindsets and just make people feel beautiful. Everybody feels amazing after they leave. So, and I'm blessed to be able to work there.
Shout out to Cousin Fat.
Yes. And that's one of the ways too that, I don't even remember how we met, but I know that's how I met your mom and your sister, but I don't remember exactly our first time even meeting.
I really don't. I remember we connected when I still worked at Steam. I think you were just finishing school. And it was
really
just like, I think you were just like, hey, are you Steam hiring? And so I gave information to the owner, so I don't know what happened after that. Because, like, I was going there, doing my work and going home. I didn't have to work.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
But lo and behold, God got you where you needed to be.
Exactly.
I can't recall neither, like, the very first. I cannot. So
it's just like we just started being cool, and then I'm just like, hey, I like her. So I'm just reaching out.
Personally. We'll pick a day in between our birthdays.
No, yep, that's perfect.
Well, okay. So because I know that you and Yvette are very, very vocal within the community about sharing different topics when it comes to skincare and lash care and that, because we get into a whole bunch of stuff, the body contouring and all those things. What conversation do you feel like need to be louder within the beauty industry right now?
I think that is such a good question. There's so many conversations that need to be louder in the beauty community, but definitely as far as between beauty professionals, it would be that building community. And it's not gatekeeping, and just the cattiness has to stop. That's something that is really, really deep in the lash community. I don't see it as much with other things, and I think that is because I've already built such a good group around me that I don't have to deal with that in other areas. But whenever I was trying to learn more about lashes, it was hard and people did not want to share the information. And I feel like it's a typical lash story that I hear from a lot of lash artists, where they take a course and the people don't give you good information. They hold back on stuff, and it's just like you leave out of it feeling like it was a waste of your money and that you need to go and learn more and more and more. So yeah, especially in the lash world, it's something that I hear all of the time. And unfortunately, that's my story also. And then as far as something that people need to know, like client wise, I would say like aftercare. Aftercare is so important, and we are not magicians at all. And I think people need to understand that too. If you're coming in for self-care, whether it be a corrective facial because you want to fix hyperpigmentation or acne and things like that, you can't just come in one time, expect to get a facial, and then everything is going to be okay.
Now you
So that's
have had this acne for 14 years.
and hyperpigmentation that goes deep. You've never worn sunscreen before, and you know what I mean, and you are picking at your face, you know, like all of these things. So I just feel like it's really important for the clients to understand that it's a journey whenever you, and that's why finding your esthetician and locking in with your person is so important, because it's not just a wham bam thank you ma'am. Like, we really do have to build a relationship with you. And whenever you come in, I'm going to ask you, what have you been eating?
Yeah.
What, you know what I mean? Have you been wearing your sunscreen every day? Like, what, like, you have to have proper aftercare.
I agree.
So yeah. Thank you.
I realized it was so catty and I don't think I pay much attention. I think that's my problem too. Sometimes I hear stuff and I'll be like, oh, or I'll speak to somebody. One of my friends will be like, that girl don't like you. I'm like, oh. Oh.
In the lash world, it is catty. And I know I don't see too many estheticians, especially in our city, trying to connect with each other. You know what I mean? Like, you really don't see that a lot. And that's why I appreciate you always holding space for me all the time. Because it's like, you're a big time salon owner, and I'm, you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, hey girl, how are you? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, so it's just, I don't know. I feel like, especially in Pittsburgh, it is a smaller type of city, and I feel like nobody wants anything taken from them. So you can't be cool with the girl who does lashes down the street because maybe she might take something from you. But I don't think like that. Yeah, I think like,
because I don't want to service the whole Pittsburgh.
Girl, exactly. Everybody has to have their clientele and their certain amount of people, because my goal isn't to be working all the time. Like, I want to have a certain people. I only have a certain amount of slots left. I want to have a certain amount of people who I work on and leave it at that. So I just feel like the girls don't understand that there's more than enough people in the city for us to service, and nobody is trying to steal your ideas or anything. And I mean, maybe some people are, and maybe that's why the girls are so standoffish, but I enjoy being a part of this community where that is not what it is. We're all trying to learn and grow. It's not anything like catty and weird. So,
and I always think it's weird when people be keying, because I do hear people be talking about people with their service provider. And I just be like, you know, your client just want to go somewhere else and turn another service provider, what you said, you know, like
girl, we don't do that. Whenever if anybody has anything negative to say, girl, I turn into Ray Charles. I ain't even hear it. I ain't even see like none of it.
They'll
Like
be
I
like,
don't
oh, that's
feed into that.
crazy.
Yes, I'm sorry that was your experience, but I'm glad that you're here with me now.
But then I also say to them, well, did you tell them? Did you tell them this was your experience? But
Hmm.
that's a whole different show. We're gonna keep it moving.
It
We're
is.
gonna keep it moving.
Yes.
So do you feel like you've gotten to a place where you've crossed over from more like hustling to more purpose, or maybe it's something in between, or maybe a word that I'm not giving it?
For me, honestly, I feel like it's always a mixture of the two. Like it's always going to be a hustle just because inflation, things cost money. Like I have kids, my kids want things like so I don't know if I'll ever find that proper dollar amount like so it's always hustle with it, but there's always purpose behind it too because for me I enjoy my job. I enjoy being a service provider. You know what I mean? I've always been like in the field of giving and wanting to be there for people. Like that's how I love. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like an acts of service type of person. So I love to be there for people and perform acts of service for other people. So, yeah, it's always a mix of both.
Well, my next question, because I know we've been chatting, so I've been trying to keep up with all my questions.
I know I'm trying to scroll too and keep up. I'm trying to keep up.
Okay, so you're mentoring now, correct? Or you're getting into it?
I do. I mean, I do a little bit. I still feel like I'm in a place where I need mentoring. Like I would never want to be in a situation to whereas I can't give somebody everything that they need. Like there are certain areas, like with the intimate skin bleaching service that I do offer different classes and stuff on it just to introduce estheticians to the service so that they can in turn. Thank you so much for coming to the class. I appreciate that. So that they can start to do their own research and everything on it. But other than that, I don't charge anybody for anything. If estheticians hit me up and they have questions, like I just answer them. So I guess that is like a form of mentoring. I do have a couple girls who, you know what I mean, reach out to me about certain things, like, and we just chit chat. Like I'm really big on not being some type of weird gatekeeper, like, oh, well, here, you got to pay me this and you can't, or I'm not going to give you this game. Like, if I have the time and they catch me where I have the time, I'm just giving the game. So, anybody, if you ever have questions or you feel like you want to reach out or ask me anything, like, it's nothing to just send a message because I'll definitely answer back. I just want to share the information.
I don't charge you for every single thing. Like I definitely understand people can pick your brain to an infinite degree where they want so much free. But like, dad, when does this little conversation and advice get to be so serious in this world? Like,
I agree. Do
you feel like motherhood shifts you anyway in business?
Oh, most definitely. It is the controller of my time. Like my schedule is set to my kids' schedule, and that's just what it is. And that's one of the things that I've always wanted to be able to do with being able to control my own schedule. I want to be able to see my kids off to school in the morning, and I want to be the first person who they see whenever they come in from school. And that's just the way that I've always wanted it. So with being able to build my own schedule and do my own thing, like I've been able to do that. Like whenever it is time to go on vacation, I've been able to do that. And that's one of the benefits of working at a salon versus owning a salon. And we'll have to get into that too, because I know you can definitely speak to that. Whenever you own a salon, you can't move the same way as if you're working at a salon.
Right.
So I've been blessed to be able to move the way that I want to move as far as with my kids' schedule. I've never missed a volleyball game, a basketball game, like, and that's the type of stuff that really matters to me.
Yeah, I do like that. It's pros and cons. Like we get to alter our schedules, but there's no such thing as PTO. I mean, you can definitely
Yes.
model your business to have something like that, but it's not like just let me prepare the others. It's not that at all. It's different.
Yes, yes, yes. And honestly, that's one of the things too that made me look into other forms of income. Whenever you're working behind the chair, you have to come up with other forms of income because soon as you're not behind the chair, you
You're
do
not
not make any money. You know what I mean? So that's something that in future episodes we'll dive even more deeper into. But yeah, and that's something whenever I went on vacation, I literally thought like, oh my gosh, I'm not making any money.
missing
Like, what
out.
am I doing? And
You feeling
because you
trapped
already know,
in that
whenever
and you're
you do
missing out.
services, girl, you know, whenever you do services, you live by like literally, okay, that's a couple that's two lash fills, and I can get that money back. That those appointments is already booked. That's a facial right there.
Esthetician, maybe
Exactly. So
4 facials, maybe Brazilian and an eyelash lift, and then up, got it. Like
literally, exactly. So yeah, it's so important. And we kind of talked about what I'm working on, and we'll get into that at a later date. But it is going so good, and I'm excited for everybody to see these things that I'm working on.
yeah. Wow. So I know that you also did an article with the Trib Live, right? Am I correct?
Yes, I did. And something so interesting. The girl who wrote that article, she won a award
Uh,
for that article.
did she?
She
That's
did.
cool.
Yes. And I'll have to get the information. We briefly talked. It all happened so fast. She just reached out to me like I want this article, and yeah, it was so cool.
What was
So
that process like? Even giving information, being the expert, fact giver for the article.
yeah, it was amazing. And it just we the article was about sunscreen in the black community and how we don't even know about sunscreen, and just asking the question, why don't more black people in our community know about the importance of wearing sunscreen. And it was really cool. It made me feel like deeper into my purpose, which is spreading information. Like, I just want people to know more about skincare and self care and all of that. So, it really made me feel good to be able to share that information. And it was alongside Dr. Elena James. She is one of very few Black dermatologists in the area, and she just opened up her own practice not too long ago, and it made me feel good to be in company like that, and it just let me know like I'm in good company and I need more of this.
Yeah. Shout out to Dr. Lynn because we don't have that many options here, okay?
We do not.
We don't have that many options here. So my next question for you is where do you feel like the most you, like the most you version of you? Is it like waxing lashes? Is it educating? Is it just in conversation? Where is that for you?
um it's a little bit of everywhere. Like, I'm a Cancer. I'm a very chill type of person, so I love being in the treatment room with my clients. I always go in with like just super good energy, and to be able to like pour into somebody, make them feel good, and to sometimes change their mindset. Sometimes people come in stressed out, not feeling well, and then whenever they leave and they say like, "Oh my gosh, like I feel so much better." Like that drives me. So definitely in the treatment room, I try to make it like a little private oasis for people. And I have people who come in and they tell me like, I sleep the best here. I don't even sleep this good at home. Like, you know what I mean? So for somebody to say something like that to you for a hour and a half appointment, like, this is the best I've ever slept. This is the best I've ever felt. Like, those are the moments where I'm just like, I'm living in my purpose. Like, you know what I mean? I made the right move. Like, it was all worth it. You know what I mean? So it's definitely in the treatment room where I actually get to get into it. That's where I feel like I'm on it.
I know I went to sleep. I woke up like, oh, it's weird.
Yes. I try to make it a vibe, and it's only going to get better and better, y'all.
So I know we are now, I just want to be clear in listening land. We are not a podcast just for people of color. We just happen to be estheticians that are people of color and still have our experience and speak to our community directly sometimes. But with that being said, I want to ask you, where do you feel like we're falling short as Black and brown people of color within the aesthetics like field? And like what can we do better? Or what can be better for us in our field?
So I think the best thing for us right now is going to be to continue to educate our potential clients, and even if they're halfway around the world, just to continue to educate, because there's so much out there that sometimes people don't know what to listen to. Everybody has their own way of doing things. So I just think the main thing is going to be continuing to get the education out there and letting people know too that it's so much deeper. If you go to the right esthetician, let me say this correctly. If you go to the right esthetician and seek out the right esthetician, it will be so much deeper than just getting a service and exchanging your money and then keeping it going. You know what I mean? If that's what you're looking for, then that's fine. But I just feel like in this day and age too, there's not that much connection between people. You know what I mean? So we gotta just continue to educate the people on how they can care for themselves. We're living in a crazy day and age, and you have to pour into yourself and take care of yourself. Period.
Like that. Love that. So when you say, since you so eloquently just ushered me into the next question, how do you
Yes.
support yourself while caring for your clients and making sure that your mental health and your well-being, your soul care still matters and still at the forefront?
That is a great question because I don't self-care as much as I should.
Like self-care.
Yes, and that is a problem that a lot of people who provide care fall into, not caring as much for themselves. But I try to work out as much as I can. I kind of fell off these last couple weeks, but I'm going to get back onto it. I got a little track. You know what I mean? I'm trying to eat as healthy as I possibly can. And one thing for me that's been really big is that I have been taking time to rest. And I think that's been extremely good for me.
Yeah.
There's days I try to have one day a week where I don't leave out of my house. I don't want to interact with people outside. I just want to remain in my element. You know what I mean? So just doing stuff like that, setting aside specific time for me, trying to make it to that workout class, making sure that I eat good and take care of my body. That's like the main thing that I've been on. But like I said, I'm on that bridge of thinking I can eat whatever I want to eat, staying up super late, and you know what I mean, going out, having drinks, thinking I'm going to pop up the next morning and realizing that I'm no longer on that place on the bridge. So I'm crossing over and I want to garden and I want to take a walk in the park and do all of that stuff. It's all slowly but surely coming together. So I'm working on it.
And in the midst of like making sure, because it is hard, because I like one day where I don't have to go anywhere. Maybe like pick up my dad and do that really quickly. But other than that, I like a day where it's like nobody is going to bother me. The only thing is that the shop phone. And so that's always a thing. So I'm trying to get in where it's, because to me, for some reason, it doesn't feel the same if I do it on a weekend day. Like it has to be a weekday
Yeah, because that's whenever everybody else is working.
Yes,
It feels good to relax on a day that you know everybody else is out
yes.
there
Like,
working.
it's so different than me. Like, and like for some reason, I can't like I don't take off Saturdays unless I absolutely have to because that's such a big spa day. So
Mm-hmm.
unless something's happening or I'm like I really just want this Saturday off or I'm out of town, I don't really take off Saturdays and I'm already not in there on Sundays. That's me and the Lord's day. So
Mm-hmm.
brunch day, whatever day. It's not being the treatment room day.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. I take mine on Sunday, Monday, and then sometimes on Tuesday I can do my administrative stuff
Yeah.
from home and then I don't have to leave out. And I feel like now that's my weekend. Like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that's my weekend where I get to just like really chill and relax.
So with us chilling and relaxing, we also have to stay educated because we're the learning estheticians. So what way do you keep yourself
Absolutely.
abreast of like what's going on in our field, staying on learning? What is like your learning system or routine?
Well, I have a couple estheticians who I try to stay tapped in with. If they're I try to learn from everybody.
Mm.
I know they say don't follow a lot of like estheticians or whatever or because it'll mess up your algorithm and all of that, but I do feel like I need to know what's going on. So, you know what I mean? There are I have my little list of people who I like to tap into, and then I have Yvette at the salon. She's a great reference just for the tone of everything that's going on in the beauty industry, and that's really it. I just try to stay tapped into the girls, and I'm a part of a couple different organizations. I'm a part of the American Lash Association, so I get emails and updates and everything from them. And then the spot where I get my aesthetic insurance from, I cannot remember the name right off the top of my head, but they, send weekly newsletter.
What is it? ACSP?
Yeah, yeah, it sounds like the animal one, so I get the acronyms all confused, but yeah, and that's definitely something too. There are organizations out there that you can become a part of that give really good beauty and aesthetics news and all of that. If you use a specific brand of products, usually they will send you out different emails to update you about things that are going on in the beauty industry and stuff like that. I try my best to stay tapped in.
Hmm. I feel like that's the only way to do it. I know they say that it messes up your algorithm, but I feel like if I'm following them, then it's balancing me out for the whole person that's scrolling on my social media because I just don't want to be looking at my client stuff all day. Like, so that
Exactly. I
makes sense
agree.
to me. Like I'm gonna follow whoever, but I also have so many pages at this point. Who knows what's where?
Yeah, it's so much to juggle.
If you could go back and tell like your younger SD self, something, what would it be?
To do it sooner.
Mm, yeah.
Yep, 100% to do it sooner. That you can do it. Like, don't sit and wait around and be unhappy in this job and think that it's impossible to go back to school, learn another skill, and then be successful at that skill. Like it's not impossible in any way, shape, or form. So I felt like I got like trapped in like the corporate
Yeah.
of it all because I had been in that field for so long. I had a good position in it. And I kind of felt like, oh, well, if I quit this, like, then I'll have to start all the way back down at the bottom. And like, is it too oversaturated? Will I be able to do it? Like, so I just had a lot of doubts, and doubts are normal. They always say that, like, if you really care about something, that's where all the worry comes from because you care so much. So I would have just said, girl, do it. You can do it. Do it now.
Do you feel, because you mentioned saturation, and that's one topic that I do want to talk about before we continue to move on. Do you feel like
Hmm.
it is oversaturated, or what is your feeling of work? Because this is a big thing that we talk about within our community over and over again, and it also causes like certain STs to be a little bit discouraged. I think. Do you feel like we're oversaturated? Like, what's your feeling on?
I feel like it comes in waves. I feel like there was a point in time whenever I first started out, just looking at the numbers of my aesthetics class. I was in a class, I might have been one of 25 to 30
Oh
girls.
no.
Yeah, honestly. And that was a lot. That felt like oversaturation with all of those girls in that class. But just recently, Yvette and I went back to South Hills Beauty to speak to the up and coming estheticians, and there was maybe 5 people in the class. And we asked the teacher, and even she said herself, "Oh, with the new way that they've been doing the pricing and everything, yeah, we've definitely noticed a big drop in attendance because they did something where I don't know if they don't accept a certain type of funding or what's going on with that, but she said that she's definitely noticed the numbers drop. But as far as oversaturation, I always felt like the only thing that could stop me is me. So you have to be consistent. We all know it takes people multiple times to see you before they decide to book with you or even come in and see you. So as many girls as there was posting and everything, my main thing was if I just keep going, all I have to keep doing is just keep going. And unfortunately, I hate to see it, but some of the people who I had seen a couple years ago, whenever I started out, they did happen to fall off and not perform the service anymore or go to do something completely different. So I think that there is some forms of oversaturation just because people want their own. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to really work for anybody else. People want to build their own business. So there is some form of oversaturation, but all you can do in a world of oversaturation is just continue to be consistent and try to find something that sets you apart and just stay in your lane and stay focused in your lane, and your people will find you no matter how oversaturated it is.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
What does being an esthetician mean to you?
What does being an esthetician mean to me? Let me think. That is such a good question. And it kind of makes me a little bit emotional because, like I said, my love language is acts of service. So I like making people feel good. That makes me feel good.
Mhm.
So being an esthetician is like a labor of love. Like, you know what I mean? So it really does. It makes me feel good to make people feel good. And I can't even explain it any other way.
Yes. Well, I've definitely our whole conversation. I got a little lightning round for us.
Oh, let's do it.
Too. Okay. But I do definitely been enjoying our conversation here, and I can't wait for the conversations to come.
Yes, I have too. This was so good. And I felt myself get more comfortable. I'm getting into it, y'all. This is only my first episode. Like, watch your girl grow. Like,
Okay.
it's, yes.
And I think what was funny to me before we get in the lightning round, I digress a little bit. When I realized how close our birthdays were together, I was like, oh, when we do the live show for next year, it'll be like a big birthday celebration. I'm already and like,
Lex, I love that idea. I love that. Yes, 100%. Yep. And it'll be your 35th birthday. Like, what? Oh, yeah. It's going to be big next year.
I was like, we're going to celebrate a year. We get to do, because we both are big, like, we're both big on community. I think that's what because sometimes I can draw into myself, because even though I'm a Cancer and they say we're outgoing and stuff like that, we are very to ourselves more than I think people get.
Very much so.
And like, if we don't feel comfortable, I'll sit there in the silence and have a conversation with myself.
Percent. And also being a Cancer too, I feel like sometimes it's hard for us to like find friends because we're like kind of closed off. Well, not even closed off, but just like protective of ourselves. As I'm getting older too, that's one thing that I'm just starting to learn. If I want a good circle of good girlfriends, like I have to go and seek them out. Like I have to. So I've been on the hunt, and I've honestly been doing amazing. I feel like my circle is only getting better and stronger. So I'm so excited for it.
I'm glad to be a part of the circle.
Yes, you're such a great part of the circle. Like, I love it. Whenever we went out for brunch, we went out to brunch, y'all,
Yeah.
for Alexis's birthday, and I was just like, I feel comfortable here. Like, I literally, like, I feel comfortable here. I like it here. Yes.
I was talking to my sister, like, birthday dinners and stuff like that give me a certain level of anxiety. And it gives me a certain anxiety because I'm like, number one, and then we can go on, there's another episode. Of course, I spent 3 years being depressed. I wasn't talking to nobody. Like, and so I'm reacquainted with everybody on my apology tour for those that were affected by me not taking care of myself, reacquainting myself. So that's already a whole another layer of it. But at the very base level, I'm like, I have a collective of people coming. It's on me to keep the conversation going, and I'm not a good conversationalist. Like, after a while, I'll be like,
Yes. Anybody got anything to say? But I feel like whenever we're together, it just flows. Like, it flows. Honestly, and with us being cancers too, I don't have any problem sitting around my good friend in silence. We can sit together and we can both scroll on our phones and we don't have to say a thing, and I'm okay with that.
It's just like sometimes it's just like being there. Like, I may say something every couple, like, oh, ha ha ha, look at this, and it's like,
yeah, exactly.
So for our lightning round, I just have a few questions, just for the folks to get to know you a little bit more.
Yes.
Okay, skincare product you are currently loving.
Oh, what is good right now? Let me see. I have been using, and I'm sitting right here at my vanity, and I'm about to pull it out. It's about to be a plug. I have been using, I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's INNIS. Is that an Anise Free, this sunscreen?
Okay.
It's this UV. Can you see it? It's all dirty.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I can see it.
It's a little bit, but it is this sunscreen, and it is 36 SPF, and I love how it leaves my skin with a nice little glow. I have been trying not to wear any makeup at all. That's like just a little bit of concealer, a little bit on the under eye because the girl be tired. But literally that is it. So sunscreen. Can't say enough about it.
I love the Black Girl sunscreen, and again, another topic for another day, but it's been having a weird mix with my skin. Like, it hasn't been giving me that same glowy look I feel like it used to. Like, I don't know, it makes me...
And unfortunately, I agree, and that is why I switched over to this other sunscreen, and I have been loving it. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if something's going on with the formula. We'll have to look into that. But, and if you don't use it for your face, at least support Black Girl Sunscreen. Use it for your body. Like, they got the lip gloss. Like, still support Black Girl Sunscreen 100%. But I have been using something else on my face.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I was like, why is this? Is it me? Okay, so back to our lightning round. No. Favorite skincare line?
It would definitely have to be Rhonda Allison. That is a line that we use at the salon. So it's the main skincare that I use because I have to be able to speak to it as far as my clients and everything are concerned. So that definitely is my go-to right now. It's not a Black-owned brand, but it's not all about that. They still have amazing skincare. And I use mainly the products from the hyperpigmentation line. And I've been getting into a little bit of the pro youth. Since I'm 35, we want to prevent the aging. So I'm tapping into the pro youth line also. So definitely Rhonda Allison.
Okay. Favorite time of day to take a client?
I would say like not early morning, but like mid morning. My books don't open until 10 o'clock so that I can get the kids to school or whatever, get them breakfast in the morning, and then get myself together. So I feel like that first client of the day, that 10 a.m. slot, they get the best. Like, well, not the best. I give everybody the best, but you know what I mean? It's just like first client of the day. Yeah, first client of the day. I'm so excited. Like, let's get this day going. Like, so yeah, 10 o'clock is definitely the best spot.
In the spa alone or in the spa with the team?
Definitely with the team. I do not like being in there by myself.
Really?
It's so quiet. It's too quiet. We always keep spa music on, so it's very calming and relaxing. If you're in there by yourself, you will get swept up by the spa music, and next thing you know it, you're super relaxed, and then here comes your client through the door, and you gotta jump to it and turn it on. So definitely with the girls there, because we're constantly talking content, marketing, how did your facial go? How did your wax go? So definitely with the team there, 100%.
Okay. Dermaplane or microdermabrasion?
Dermaplane. I love dermaplaning. I'm not really that big of a fan of microderm just because I haven't done it as much. The dermaplane is so satisfying to me, and it makes me feel like a doctor.
And favorite lip gloss?
My favorite lip gloss is literally right here in front of me. It is the e.l.f. the lip oil. The e.l.f. lip oil. Look, this one is literally almost empty. I keep that thing on me. Literally made a TikTok about it too. The e.l.f. lip oil. Go to. Love it.
Yeah. Keep a lip gloss or something just everywhere I be. So there's one in the car. There's one in the house. There's one in the purse. There's one in the treatment room because I lose them and then shuffle them, and I just want them to stay where they are.
Yes, girl. Whenever Rite Aid went out of business, I went in there and I swept them. Like, give me all of these. The lady was looking at me like, "Oh, you really like these?" Yes, I do, ma'am. Give me all of them.
You're absolutely correct.
Yes.
My last question in our lightning round will be, what is your dream client?
My dream client, let me think about that because I'm going to speak her into existence.
Yes.
My dream client is a woman who is hardworking, whether she be corporate or a business owner herself, does not matter. She's hardworking. I feel like she is a mother, so she takes her self-care and her time away from work and her family very, very seriously. So whenever she comes in, she is on time. She pre-books her appointment before she leaves because setting that to her schedule is something that is very important to her. She follows through with aftercare because she has a schedule and she sticks to her schedule and she sticks to the plan. And what else? She has a whole circle of boss friends who love to get good self-care information. So she tells all of her friends about me, and then they all come to me. Yes, that is my dream client. Girl, I am waiting for you.
Well, Jess, it's been great talking. I hope you guys been enjoying our conversation, just so you can get to, know the host, know who will be here with you on the Learning Estheticians Podcast 2.0.
Exactly.
I don't have much else to say. I know. Well, join us next week's episode. We're going to flip flop.
Yep.
Because I'm not the same girl that started the podcast. I'll tell you that.
I know that's right. You're on the bridge, girl. You on the bridge.
Thanks, Jess, for being the guest.
No problem. No problem at all. This was amazing. And guys, I cannot wait to continue to tap in with you guys. Make sure that you stay tuned for what we have coming up next.
And everybody get your learn on.
Hey.
So care, elevate, share, get it all. Good time. Everybody get your learn on. You grow on, go on. Everybody get your shine on. Right here's where it's at all the time on. Everybody get your learn on. Everybody get your grow on, go on. Everybody get your shine on. Right here's where it's at, queen shine on.